Yes. Hello and welcome to the Monday, February 15th, 2021 DXbiz call. Today we're going to start with some new member introductions. Ahmed from Biconomy is going to present some of the latest developments. We're going to have a quick marketing discussion, and I think Leandro will also present thoughts about landing pages or general design. So yeah, I think that's it. Guess we can start. I don't think we have anyone new. So yeah, Ahmed, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, sure. Hey, Elon. Hey, everyone. Very glad to be here. We've known each other, I guess, because of our work we did, I guess, with what was a project called? I'm very bad at names. Oh, sorry. Apologies. Anyways, I'm very bad at names. Anyways, it's great to be here. So yeah, my name's Ahmed. I'm one of the co-founders of Biconomy, and really what we're doing is we're a developer platform that is essentially trying to make user experiences of Web3 like very easy and very simple to use. And we're doing this via the concept of meta transactions and providing essentially easy tooling for developers to implement this in their dApps. So we're chain agnostic, layer agnostic as well. And yeah, that's sort of a quick high level overview really. And just really interested in sort of what you guys are doing and just sort of seeing, how we could possibly work together.
Yeah, so I guess people are still chatting on the legal stuff, but the way I see it is like the one kind of thing we can explore is to actually, for the XDAI deployment of Omen, we could provide basically gasless transactions and maybe even sponsor the gas fees for anyone predicting on Omen, which could be cool. I'm wondering if that's like a barrier to entry. I mean, compared to like mainnet crazy gases. So that's one. And the other thing that I was thinking is, you mentioned like in the one of the latest developments that Family Guy video of enabling to pay for gas with any token. So this is also an interesting thing to do. Like, could we pay with DXD for interactions with DXDAO products?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, so what in terms of, so we currently this product that we call is called Forward. So Forward's current implementation, we're just actually getting it audited now, will basically allow end users to pay gas in stablecoins, and then we'll hopefully transition into this sort of into a model where basically any ERC20 token or any token on sort of EVM enabled token would be able to pay the gas fees in ERC20. So yeah, and we'll be looking to basically do this hopefully via an AMM model, utilizing various AMMs in the space to do this. So then, and of course, right, gas fees have to be cheap in order to do all of that. But hopefully, by then, we'd have a full-fledged ecosystem to enable it.
Yeah, actually, like today I asked around the Gnosis folks about their relay service, and it seems like they're not planning, at least right now, to have this relay service on XDAI, which means I actually looked into Biconomy just like an hour ago and played around with the dashboard.
Oh, cool.
So I actually I think there are like two other competitors we're just like evaluating right now. But yeah, Omen will have this kind of relay service, and the question is like, which will it be? My question is, what does your service cost? I didn't see any pricing structure page. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, before I get into that, because we were actually working with the pricing model. So currently, in terms of like what's interesting about the XDAI implementation is that essentially, you know, we enable this thing called network agnostic transactions. So what that basically means is if you're an end user on Ethereum mainnet, on MetaMask or any other wallet, you don't have to change your RPC to basically use any application for XDAI. And I think like that's like such it's such an important thing for the end user experience. You know, and this is something that, you know, some of the dApps that we've been working with have said like this has been sort of a great positive. So I just wanted to highlight that because, you know, this RPC thing should not be played around by anyone, right? Like it's like inputting you know, an IP address, right, in order to access a website. So yeah, just wanted to bring that up. So in terms of pricing, we actually are in the process of basically just redefining some of that. But currently we offer two different price points, which is $100 a month and $250 a month on XDAI. And yeah, depending on the application, number of transactions, and essentially the features that we'd want to use, it would depend on which price point that the DAO or the dApp would be willing to go for. In the future, we actually want to enable this to be all via smart contracts, but this is just like a sort of a, you know, a temporary solution as a monthly payment.
Yeah, like the second question is like the DXDAO is actually a DAO, so
Yeah.
there is no legal entity behind it. Are we able to pay you via the DXDAO?
Yes, we have a token address and everything, 100%.
Sounds like we have a deal.
Oh, great.
Like,
yeah.
Like I think the next steps for us would be to get like a working group going. One of our developers is already looking into how to structure the relay service. The hope was, I mean, we could basically set up our own relay service, but this could be an attack vector. It needs to be maintained, and there are reasons why there are companies who are providing that service to us. And so,
but
I think
honestly, yeah, honestly, like we in the future we do want to see how we could decentralize this going forward. And so like, you know, so that we could have basically different groups, you know, having to manage this, and there'd be sort of a profit incentive way of doing it. So that's the plan for the future, right? Just to let you guys be aware.
Cool. Like in terms like I believe this could be applied to other projects for the DXDAO. Like the new Misa auction platform is probably like a hot candidate after the Omen tight integration with XDAI. But like I think we should have like a group chat where we can start discussing how to properly implement that.
Yeah, let's do it. Happy to.
Cool.
Happy to. Yeah, because I think, yeah, one of the main, like when it comes to voting, you know, and basically anything to do with just simple interactions, it should be cheap and fairly easy for the end user.
Yeah, technically we could implement this for the governance as well, which, yeah, I mean, it will probably cost a lot of money at the end.
Yeah, that's what this is only like transferring costs.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Out of like, yeah, cost savings as much. But
we run out of money just by sponsoring the governance.
What do you mean by that?
So like we are using like a DAO stack DAO right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alchemy. And so let's say, you know, transactions voting could go between like $100 and $150 these days. So even if we sponsor it by, you know, some other account, it will still cost $100. So
wait, but this is on Ethereum main chain, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but the idea is you're going to be putting this on XDAI by any chance or not?
Yeah. So there is we call it a base. There is a DAO base on XDAI, and there are a few products on XDAI, like Omen, which is a prediction market, Mesa, which is batch auction exchange. And yeah, so like we're probably gonna start with one of these products first.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, but that sounds awesome. Ahmed, are you available to? I don't know. Are you available on Keybase at all? We can open a Keybase chat or Telegram group.
I am not available on Keybase. We could do Telegram, but Keybase, I mean, don't mind trying it out, but I don't. Yeah, I think let's do Telegram for now because most of my team's on it. But I would like to try Keybase at some point in the future because I've heard a lot about it.
Yeah,
I'll install it now actually, just to like get used to it.
Yeah. So I guess the next step here, I'll start a group with Geronimo. You want this to be the Omen squad, I guess, and then anyone else who wants to join. And yeah, this sounds cool.
Sounds good.
Awesome. And how can we help further? Like, you know, what other things can we do? I mean, to sort of, you know, help you guys, not only just in this, but you know, and other things as well.
I would love to get a quick demo of this and what use cases you use this for already, and we can see the potentials. It sounds really great.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do that. I mean, you know, we could definitely do that on a separate call where we showcase a few things. Yeah, that's easy. Shouldn't be a problem.
Awesome. Yeah. Anything else?
What's one thing I'd like to ask actually? What is like, you know, what's the roadmap for you guys for the next sort of 6 months? Like, what are sort of big announcements coming soon? Other than this integration, of course.
Let's see if I can do a quick recap. We have Swapper, which is a better implementation of, basically a governed implementation of Uniswap.
Okay.
We have Mesa V2, which is, Martin, correct me if I'm wrong, but like essentially an IDO platform that uses batch auctions.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And we have Omen that recently, it's a prediction market which recently launched on XDAI. And there's going to be a lot of stuff happening around that. I think these are like the 3 main products. And we have a couple of new things in the pipeline. DXDAO Ventures and a few other things.
Okay.
Kind of like everyone, we're sort of paralyzed by the high gas fees.
Yeah.
And something we're looking into is, you know, layer 2 Arbitrum. Yeah, getting away from Manhattan, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think we might be supporting Arbitrum as well. We just opened up a chat with them, so we'll be seeing.
Yeah, I was going to ask
how we
about
do that.
And just as like the theme, I think through a lot of what Nylon was saying was the move to scalable solutions, side chains, and layer 2s. And I think specifically because each of our products are kind of at a point where we're placing probably a bigger bet on a layer 2, or in Omen's case, an XDAI. So really interested to see how like maybe that could work together. So yeah, that'll be excited to see what you guys can do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, even for us, like we're like super excited about just all these different possibilities across these, you know, L2 solutions. I mean, we're very close to Matic Network, which is now Polygon, and of course the new things that they're going to be doing. And so yeah, we're just hoping to see like how we could sort of just make it, you know, easy for you guys and others to sort of just, you know, just quickly get there, right, and just get these products used. Yeah, it's super important.
Yeah, I have like maybe a technical question. Omen is using the Gnosis Safe proxy kit. It's basically a library which allows front end to create a Gnosis Safe for the user, which will then be used by the user to interact with the contracts. Are you guys experienced with Gnosis safes in general?
So the only smart contracts that we actually smart contract wallets that we actually support on Biconomy right now are actually the Gnosis contract proxy wallet. So yeah, we very much are used to it. We have it in our docs, by the way. I could maybe share a link to that. Yeah, I mean it's actually not used by many projects, but we still support it because we know how important it is in the ecosystem.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, let me just link that to you. I actually do want a project to use this on the L2 because we've already built it and we're just like waiting for a project to use that specific functionality. Where's the chat? Is there a chat function here?
Yeah, on the
there it is.
bottom left, yeah.
Perfect.
It's a nicer chat than anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll link all of those in the Keybase Vista chat.
Awesome. Yeah, nice. Cool.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Ahmed.
Oh, thank you guys, and apologies. I'd actually really love to stay on this call, but I've already had a sort of a pre-scheduled workshop at 4:30 here, so I do need to leave. But I actually do love this setup. By the way, this is like really cool. So yeah, hopefully I could join. Like, do you do this weekly or what is it?
Yep.
It's weekly. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a BizDev one, and what others, just so that I could be aware of them.
BizDev call, developer call, governance call, general community call, a recap call, and a strategy call.
Gotcha. Okay.
Every day at the same time.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Then let's do this. Let's set up a Telegram group. And then could you just put in my calendar those different calls for, and I'd love to participate at some point for sure. I would love to learn more. Sure. Yeah.
We do have, you can send them both the Google Calendar one or the Airtable one. We have two different calendars.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
I already started the group on Telegram, so I'll add a couple more people.
Cool. Thanks a lot, Nylon. Thanks, everyone. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, see you around, man.
See you around for sure. Okay, cool. Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, so I guess the next topic could be Leandro.
Yeah, so Leandro is here on the call. I took contact with him last week. Let's see if we hear you. It sounded like...
Hi, everyone. Do you listen to me?
Yeah. So, Leandro, you can take over and present what you and your company can do for DXDAO.
Sure. Hi, everyone. Nice to meet everyone. I'm Leandro Varales from Entre Casa Studio. We are a boutique agency based in Buenos Aires, Argentina. We've been on blockchain industry since 2017. So we started here working for Centraland and Zeppelin, which are actually projects from this side of the planet. Well, since then we continue working continuously for blockchain project. We are now working for Nomic Labs and Hardhat. They deal for Ethereum development tools, and we're working also now for API 3, who also has a DAO working on, and also working for more companies for Sprawl, for the CP. Well, you can take a look at our portfolio if you want to kind of what we do. I share our site. I don't know where is it here. I share it. I don't know if think that way. Because so somebody contact us to give a hand on the project, and we were really interested on everything of the. It's something new for us too. This mechanics working in a DAO. We have an idea how it works, but we are relatively new to it. And here in the studio, we're a team of 3 designers, but we also have a made team with different professionals from different creatives, depending on the needs of the show. We also work with content developers or backend developers, and depending on what the needs are for any kind of project. We do mainly branding design. We also do a lot of web design and editorial design. Here in Argentina, we do a lot of print work. We work for several magazines. I also am a professor at the University of Buenos Aires, La UBA. I teach print technology, not digital, more all refer to printed materials and how they work. I'm teaching since 12 years ago. As a designer, I have experience from almost 20 years. I started working since 2002 on design. What else? So for the DXDAO, we think we can help with the building of an identity, a more consistent identity that gives more differential communication and the different experience from everybody outside the DAO and also inside the DAO too, to help in that path. We thought to start working on the maybe try some new path for the brand itself and for the website, to the landing. Depending on what your needs are, if you only need something or we need something different from the communication or from the content, or we can start working with the same with that and give it a turnaround, and have more unique identity. Oh, Augusto, nice to meet you, Mar del Plata. I've been in the south, on the beach a few past weeks ago near Mar del Plata. So that's it. I share with Samly a proposal to start working with, like a roadmap. A possible roadmap will be to part of the design, to make some sketches of different paths for the brand itself, and so with that identity, the use of colors, of shapes, of graphics, something more unique that have this spirit of the decentralized organization. After that, after defining some path for the brand itself, we move forward with the website and start proposing some different paths also for the look and feel for the site itself. I don't know what else.
Hola, Lea. Hello.
¿Cómo va? Hello.
Todo bien. Nice to see nice to see another one from more people from Argentina trying to join. Lea, what I see here that will be the most challenging stuff, at least to design, to brand, to communicate, will be our product. Because our product is a DAO, is a governance DAO that treats a lot of crypto, DeFi. So more about the branding, it will be about how we communicate the content and what do we do, because everyone asks us, hey, where is your company, or what do you guys do, what do you with your money, how do you make money? So that will be the most challenging stuff. If you can help us on that, like putting that on the ground level for the rest, for more people, that would be awesome. I don't know what I think, but I think that the most challenging stuff here to communicate for us is what we do, because it's super weird, extremely weird.
Yeah. Sure. Right, good.
So,
yes, we can. Yes.
So my idea was bringing in Entrecasa Studio step by step. First by them helping us with completing our branding of what we have today, and updating and creating a new landing page, and then obviously they will learn much more about DXDAO and how we work and what our challenges are, and step by step they will help us with all these things that we struggle with, both from marketing side and the website or graphics, or it could be like me and Leandro, we already discussed explainer videos where we explain the concept of us in a video, right? That would be super, super awesome. And they can provide us with that. They have a network of creatives.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's it. Again, I think that's what we need to communicate. What the fuck are we doing? Like, what is DXDAO? You know, because everyone sees DXDAO and they have a shit ton of money, but you know what are these guys doing? What are they doing on DeFi? And we are doing a lot of stuff. We want to communicate it in the nice way. That is what we're missing, I think.
Yeah.
Sure. Here you are. What we did, Zeppelin and Hardhat. For Zeppelin, we did back in 2017. We did a rebrand for them, and we did a landing page for the launch of the OS, Zeppelin OS, and then well they did a redesign after that. We continue working with the people of Nomic Labs. They are the same of Hardhat. No, Hardhat is a product of Nomic Labs. They are from here too, and for them, we did all the branding design for the company, Nomic Labs. Nomic Labs. I guess it's the, I'm posting, okay, the links. I can see because I have the emojis all over and I can see, I don't know how to hide them. We did for Hardhat, we did the rebrand, we did the brand and the rebrand. They all, before Hardhat was named Bidler, and we did the branding for Bidler. And they do, because of this typo title, the naming, they had an issue with the naming that the Bidler formerly was has a typo on itself, on its name, and that produced some difficulties to find them, and they rebrand to Hardhat. We did the launch at the end of 2020, and we did all the brand system from the logo to the style guide with all the usage for typography, all the usage of colors and machinery, like for social media, how to communicate or how to look when they did or when they need any graphic imagery to communicate something from the company. We did the website. You can see it online. It's hardhat.org, I guess. I don't remember. But yes, hardhat.org. And we did also all the work of illustration. We work with different illustrators depending on the style we need or we are looking to achieve. Some work of illustration did with in-house, but we have many illustrators we work with, depending, also animators, photographers. We build team for different projects. But basically we are 3 in-house. What else? API 3 is another project we are working now. I can show you as another project of the industry that we did all the brand stuff from the logo to style guide with these behaviors for the design and the website itself. We did all the design and development. So that's kind of what we do. And you can on your website, if you go to work, we'll take you to our portfolio, and you have some mixes, some crypto projects with other stuff we do of brand tool, of apps, or different kind of stuff.
Sounds really great. I think for us, the next step would be I'll help Leandro to create a thread on DAO Talk where we post this proposal, and we can have a discussion there on the details. But I think getting Entrecasa Studio going on the branding and the landing page for DXDAO is a good first step. We take stuff from there, and I think there's a lot of stuff we can get help from you guys, and you'll be seen as some kind of external team that we can work long term with, hopefully.
Hopefully, we're glad to be on board on this.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah,
this is super cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. And just like, I guess the main website is the biggest fire right now, or something we want to fix, but there's a lot of other things. I think there's each of the product websites too. So it'll be interesting to hear how we prioritize those things.
We obviously we also need help on the marketing side, but I think this fits a lot on the branding help we're gonna get from you guys. We need like more structurized marketing material where we can use on updates on when we communicate and how we should communicate. And I think you guys seems to be the right candidate for this.
Cool. We are. We are going to do our best. We will.
Yeah. Awesome.
Just one question. You guys are also implementing, you have developers, right?
Yes, we have. We work with different development agencies or developers or freelancers. Yes, we implement API 3 and Hard Hat. We implement the Nomic Labs. We also implemented too. I guess there are all different developers we use for each project. Hard Hat and EPS. The three are different developers of these three projects I share on. No? But yes, we depending on the need. Sometimes the projects like this that already have the developers on or front-end developers, they use their team. Or, for example, for something like a DAO, API 3, for example, we build the site, but for example, the DAO itself, we are only doing the design. You know, that they are going to developer with the inside team, for example, the DAO itself.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yes.
Littler, since we work together, we go to visit whenever, of course, whenever you're in Buenos Aires, we can meet with the people also.
So I have two relevant questions about that. One, can foreigners enter Argentina right now? And two,
No, not yet. My wife is from Colombia. She's my partner in Entrecasa, and his brother wants to come here from the year. He wasn't able to. We can get out, but they don't let anybody get in.
Yeah. Oof.
You have to be a relative, like husband, son, or like this kind. But the brother of my wife couldn't get in by the end of the year for Christmas.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks, Leandro. And I think the next step here is that Leandro will create a DAO Talk post.
Yeah.
What's next? I wanted to have maybe like a kind of like an open marketing discussion. Wait, Leandro, can you mute because you're echoing? Yeah, I want to have maybe like an open marketing discussion. I think a few things happened over the last week where, I'm not sure how to really approach this, but we might need to have some structure in how we communicate, and at least create like a cycle of releases, or like a weekly release, or something like that for marketing. Because I mean, Omen or Mesa are kind of like viewed as Gnosis product, and I think this is kind of like in the realm of Leandro as well, like our branding and PR type stuff as well are kind of like encompassing in this entire thing of marketing. So I don't know, anyone has any ideas around this topic?
I mean, when we have landing pages on each product, that will clear up a lot of stuff, obviously. If we redesign, let's say if we launch Mesa V2, we need to implement some kind of red thread in between our products. If it's a easy way to jump in between Swapper and Mesa and whatever it could be that, or it could just say like powered by DXDAO. I already tried to add that on the wallet. When you connect your wallet each time on Swapper, it always says like powered by DXDAO. Like you always see it. You can't just go to Swapper and use it without seeing that it's made by DXDAO. But we don't need to always have it in front of them. But like it could be smaller stuff like that. And obviously when we push for updates or news, let's say if there's a new IDO on Mesa, we could be the first one going out with that. We can do a collaborate marketing push. Just see how Polkastarter is doing it. Polkastarter is basically forcing people to retweet to be in the whitelist, and they have, I don't know how many thousands of followers they have, like new followers every day. So we could work on that kind of stuff. I would say that's a low hanging fruits we could pick.
Yeah, I mean that's for sure. I mean Keenan is not here, so I felt like like he should be part of this discussion as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think what's difficult about DXDAO obviously is we have the products and then DXDAO, and then those are both like separate things that need to be addressed, and then there's also somehow needs to be some cohesion between them. I think we are missing a lot from like what is the overall narrative for less each of the products, but more for DXDAO, and how do we like kind of push that rather than just like executing on marketing moves in the short term. So I think we've actually to take a step back, we have done a much better job in the last 2 months of actually executing on putting more content out there and kind of consistently now even with the Discord part. But I think that's much more on like the execution side and less about like what's the overall narrative direction we're trying to go in, and how can we then like put in the individual pieces for that. So just as much I think on the DXDAO as a whole really as the products.
Yeah, it's actually like a lot of very good points. I'm not even sure if we should position already the products as like a suite of things, because they're like Omen still has like a product market fit similar to Mesa, but it still needs to position themselves as okay, this is, if we hear about prediction markets, everyone should know Omen. That is Augur right now, but we are like right now joining the game of actually basically replacing Augur. So what I mean is Omen is young, Mesa is like very, very alpha young. So I'm not sure if we should even like put a lot of effort and time in creating like a public signal with the products, but rather we should think way more about the DXDAO as like the narrative, because the DXDAO is like one of the most unique things on Ethereum right now.
Yeah, so I think it's interesting the way you frame it, because like I think they're like more just separate right now. So maybe not the suite of products you said that's what needs to kind of propose. It's more of like the individual products like need their own stories, and then like DXDAO needs like a story that's separate. Because like you mentioned for Omen, like Omen should be synonymous with prediction markets, and that's where Augur is. But like that's a narrative that it can drive, and actually I don't think is that dependent on DXDAO's narrative, right? It's like Omen prediction markets, like, and we should be like pushing that, and I don't think that has to be dependent on anything from DXDAO. But I agree that like DXDAO is an interesting entity, and that's kind of like something we can push more. I actually think some of the things we're doing in governance, we could like help build that narrative like slowly. So I obviously I think the Governance 2.0 initiative is a good opportunity to talk about how this is a different system. I think the things we're doing with like the buyback would potentially be an interesting, even like halting the curve are like all instances to like play in the governance realm a little bit. But that shouldn't preclude us from like making Omen, synonymous with prediction markets.
Yeah, like what is definitely interesting, and that's like I think part of the what is DXDAO narrative is that all the products they are better with the DXDAO. And that's something no one actually does. Like we got in contact with the Honey Swap team, and they actually like really nice bottom down guys just want to create something. So very similar to the DXO actually. And they're using like their Celeste decentralized cord to make their products better. And this is also like a unique way of maintaining products and making them better. So I think that is something we should like put more focus on by actually showing how DAOs can actually make products better, especially like with guilds coming, right? Like I think we're already way further ahead with having sub DAOs installed who are making products way better than the DXDAO could ever be in the future. Like my overall point is, I think we should put like a lot of focus on telling the world who we are and what we do. And like, of course, with the products, we will keep pushing updates. And there's also part of the DXDAO narrative, right? The more we push, the more we build, the more we define ourselves and actually say all the time hello to the world.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe we should dedicate, I don't know, maybe the BizDev call, like, but I don't know if a full BizDev call, but most of a BizDev call just for like the narrative of the DXDAO. And I don't know, maybe collaborate on a Miro board or something like that. Yeah, to figure out what is the narrative that we want, because I think we all have some things in mind, and I think we all share some very, very similar narratives, but yeah, maybe putting them on paper.
I think if we need this work to be done, like executed well, we might need a full-time marketing girl that can help us on the marketing side. And I would say, like us, we're not experts on marketing. Like a marketing person might have stuff. Like even if we want to push on like product as our thing to like show who we are and like we show by doing, like the marketing side of things could help us or boost us, right? I'm just looking at Polkastarter, what they did in like a month. It's like huge. They actually created something totally new by just tapping into FOMO and whatever it is. Like the product side of Polkastarter is probably just working and doing their thing, and the marketing side of things is gaining these thousands of new users, new followers, and I think they have like a market cap of 100 million or something like that right now. Like it's crazy, and it's like the product doesn't need to change or stop. Marketing can do its own thing.
Yeah, I will say that good marketing in crypto is rare, like very rare.
Yeah. I mean, we shouldn't.
Yeah.
I would say we should. Like I've said this from the start, we shouldn't fight cheap marketing like what people are actually doing on crypto. They're tapping into streams instead of creating something from scratch, right? Polka Starter didn't create something. They used the name Polka Starter. They took something someone else did and just tapped into some hype or FOMO, and they had the perfect timing. I would say this is what we need, some cheap marketing, and people will forget about it. It's not like, oh, DXDAO is these kind of guys that did this, and we don't stand for it. Like,
yeah, but I will say that I think even Polka Starter, it came from someone doing some deep thinking about what should the marketing of Polka Starter look like, and and then they got inspired from many different things, and they might have like borrowed or copied some other things, but they had a narrative first that they wanted to communicate, and then they kind of like went for it. And we need someone, basically to say, this is the marketing ship, this is where it's going, and let's start executing on it.
I mean, I know as a fact that they didn't plan to do like ERC20 token sales. They want to do like multi-chain IDOs, but when they did their first, they were like, we could do those. No one else is doing those, so let's do them. And obviously, people are not thinking of Polka Starter as a Polka.ido platform anymore. It's just like, so I would say it's not 100% planned. I think they just tapped into something that was bigger than they thought it was. And it will help them in the future, right? When they're ready to do Polka.IDOs later on, it will be huge.
Do we need cheap marketing?
Yes. We don't need cheap marketing as there's different levels of cheap marketing. One of those is creating a token, right? SushiSwap did it. And look at them today, right? They took something cheap and made it really good, and they had the perfect timing for it.
I mean, that I wouldn't consider that as a cheap marketing. I think
if we did it
vampire
today,
attack, the vampire attack was a proper attack and a beautiful meme.
Yeah, it was perfect timing, right? Like, you can't just do it today.
I agree.
So I would say if we, DXDAO, did what SushiSwap did back then, doing today, people would say, "Hey guys, what are you doing? This is too late. Well, like, aren't you creative? Like, more creative than this? Is this your plan? Like, it's cheap." I mean, at that time, maybe people didn't fully understood like the scope of SushiSwap and what it could become, but they were not first doing this, but they did it, with a bigger plan. I would say there's still stuff you could do today, and obviously airdropping tokens, stuff like these are cheap marketing things. Yes, it is, but they work, and people still respect them enough. It's not like a disrespectful marketing. So you could still do these low-hanging marketing things that doesn't cost you much, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think about, like, I guess where we are in the cycle, because that was kind of what I found both with the Polka Starter and the SushiSwap is like they had great timing, right? That was more important than anything else. So yeah, we're about where we are in the market now. If this bull run runs for a little bit more, how do we take advantage of that? Or I don't know. What is like right now?
NFTs.
That's true.
Right now is NFTs.
Right.
Yeah. So I'll tell you about Bondly. Bondly, I've been following them. I was in their pre-sales, obviously, and they're switching. Like they have their own thing, and they like their white paper and everything. I don't think it mentions NFT once. People that bought it didn't buy it for NFTs, and they did NFTs as a marketing thing like 3 months ago or something like that, and it become huge. Like, they didn't need to do an IDO because the NFT part of their marketing was huge. So people saw them as some kind of marketing, NFT, I don't know, like something connected to NFTs, but they had nothing to do with NFTs. But today I think they announced yesterday that they're doing NFT launch. I don't know what they're calling it, but a market for NFTs, I think. So they tapped in, they changed it, like they pivoted, and no one is even thinking of what they had on white paper V1, right? And it's working, right? They got huge followings and huge like hype, and they yeah, maybe this is short term, but if they take this short term hype, whatever it is, and actually doing what SushiSwap did, and actually continuing and developing the product for this, and not just using it as a marketing gimmick, I would say this is legit. It's not cheap. No one will actually look back and say, hey, you just tried to like get money, right?
Do you see that, or whatever kind of we're talking about, is that more on like DXDAO or the products?
I would say DXDAO's products. I would say Misa should do a lot of that. I would say Swapper with the farming programs. We should do that. We should, as DXDAO, maybe we should drop some NFTs together, collaboration with big artists or creators or whatever it could be. We have partners. Even though like we don't need to like try to become the biggest NFTs or whatever, but just try it out. And if that gives us 100 more new users or holders for DXD, let's say, and that's good, right? For us,
Yeah, I think
at our scale.
I'm down to like find one of these NFT artists and have them commission some art that has DXDAO involved in it, has the concept of decentralization within it. I think that could be pretty cool.
I mean, Leandro can help us find artists, right?
Yes. I'm also digging into NFTs, and I have some artists, digital artists from Argentina mainly. I know many that they could be interested on NFTs.
We could remember we have long-term holders. We have community that people with diamond hands, right? And we might want to airdrop some of these NFTs and then sell the rest or whatever it could be. It could be something, let's say when Swapper launches, we want to launch 10 NFTs with it. Why not? It could be a marketing thing.
Can you imagine how sad Sky is right now that we're talking about NFTs and he's not here?
NFTs.
So yeah, I mean, it could be anything. Like, hey, put liquidity on Swapper XDAI or Swapper Arbitrum and get NFTs, right? Like, there's 10 limited edition, whatever, and they are here.
Yeah, for Omen markets as well. Like, I don't know, like the best prediction on Omen markets could win some like rare NFT or something.
Yeah. I would say just we sometimes you're lucky to create these trends yourself, but you don't need to be super creative to actually just look out and see what others are doing and see if there's any fit. We could use them as a smaller marketing thing.
Yeah, so this is something that kind of like we're all in the ecosystem. We all see these things happening. Maybe we should have a concentrated effort to just like bring whatever we saw over the past week and then just like double down on them.
I say this. Look, if I had full time on marketing, I would see this, plan this, and maybe create and whatever, and say, hey guys, next week we are ready to launch this together with Omen this and Swapper this, and just do it. I would say we need someone full time working on marketing and like just connecting all our efforts and actually doing something, not just talking about it, actually doing something about it.
Yeah.
Let's say now, I'm trying to push marketing and brand and website, but the that role of the marketing person should be this. What I did with like contacting Leandro and his company and push, like I shouldn't be the one doing it, but I know we need it. But that marketing person, imagine someone doing this every week, every day, just pushing us forward, our brand forward, our website, our communication, how we reach the right audience, like every day, full time, someone doing this.
Yeah, this is critical.
I mean, of course, like it's basic. It's yeah, like the only thing necessary is like Chris always says, like this person needs like to proper get it. Like they are the marketing person. They need to properly get it to like communicate what we are, right?
Yeah.
Yes, but just I agree with what I said Jerome was quoting, but I'm definitely agreeing with what Seth's saying. So it is we just have to we have to find it, right? We have to figure out how to both explain it to this person, find this person, find it. Kind of part of it is part of it is us thinking about it a little bit more and like now looking out for that more. But yeah, I mean, I think this is something we definitely sorely need. Because it's someone that's kind of going to, as Zep was saying, like make sure things are fitting an overall like narrative goal that is kind of cohesive. And so, yeah.
I mean, I would say we will look much more attractive when we have a new landing page, nicer like a red line in between our brands, and maybe landing pages for all our brands. We'll also like be more attractive when price goes up for our token, and when products are launched. I think we'll have it easier and easier. Like obviously we're in a bull market now, and these guys, these people that are actually stars and in marketing, whatever they are on other projects, they will not just wait on work. So we maybe need to poach these people if they need to have like blockchain knowledge. Obviously, if we need them to understand how we work or how DAO works, we need to poach them. Probably they will not just sit around. And yeah, I think I think we will have it easier with time, hopefully.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Does anyone want to add anything? I think that was a good call. Yeah,
That's a good call.
not many Americans. It's always good.
No.
Oh.
Whoa.
John got cut out. He got taken out the last. The ice storm in Houston got him.
Yeah, always ice storms. Why?
They're dangerous.
This time there's actually a ice storm in Houston.
In Houston, yeah. We joked about it. Yeah. All right, so me and Leandro will do this DAO Talk thread, and if you